Alright, here we are with triangle 1, and we want to figure out what x, y, and z are, given that the base here is 4 from there to there, and here to here is 10. We have all right triangles. What happens is this triangle right here is similar to the triangle right on that side, which is similar to the whole big one. Now this creates an interesting thing. We could go through it, but it makes it a little complicated. In class we will, and I'll show you where we get these values. But here's what we end up learning. We end up learning sort of an idea of what's called the geometric mean. We learn how to calculate these values of x, y, and z if this situation occurs, where we have 3 similar right triangles and we have these measurements. Here's the easiest part. If I start with y in the center, okay? I'm going to figure out y first. Y is simply the square root of this times this. It's the square root of 4 times 10, so it's the square root of 40. Now if we simplify that we went through that on the last lesson, that square root of 40 is the same as 2 root 10. So that's what we have with what y is. Y's length is 2 times square root of 10, so it's about 6 point something. So if this is 4 and this is 10, that's going to be about 6 point something. Now, to figure out x, y was the easy one, remember. It was the square root of this times this. X is going to end up being the square root again. We got to deal with these two numbers. Since x is on this side, it's going to be this length 4 times the whole length. So it's the side that x is on, which is 4, times the whole length, which is 14. Now that's going to be square root of 56, which would simplify to simply 2 square root of 14. That's what we'd have for x's value. To get z, well, z is just like x, but it's on this side. Z's measurement is going to be the square root of the side that it's sitting on, which is this 10, times the whole length, which is 14. So it's the square root of 140. Square root of 140 just simply simplifies to 2 root 35. When you do it again, we did that in the last problem, last video, if you take a look at it. So we have x, y, and z's value. Again, y is the easiest because it's going to be the square root of this times this. That's easy. X is simply going to be the square root of the 4 times the whole length, and z will simply be the square root of the 10 times its whole length. And then you simplify the radicals and you have your answers.